Howdy. I'd like to consider for a moment the situation that we find ourselves in around the country, particularly in the larger Democrat run cities and the large, or not just the large, but the states that are being run by Democrats, and consider the implications for the policies they've enacted and the conditions they find themselves in with crime running rampant and so many of the policies have been instituted on the basis, it would seem, of trying to right past wrongs by creating a situation in the present where people are not held accountable for their actions. The long and short of it is, it seems that whatever the reason for committing an action, the action itself may be viewed as right or wrong. There's a point at which circumstances surrounding the action itself may serve to justify or not, or to excuse or not the action that is taken. But the action itself, as a matter of law, is probably viewed as right or wrong, legal or illegal. And I should say, as a matter of law, not as a matter of ethics. Ethics would entail the rightness or wrongness of an action. The law would entail the legality or illegality of the action. So, with respect to the current situation that we find ourselves in, as more and more businesses, particularly grocery stores and other businesses that are necessary for the functioning of a community, are being withdrawn from communities where crime is running rampant, I think it's time for folks to reconsider what it is that is the basis for their understanding of society. What is a community? How does a society come together? How does it function? And I'm not talking about at the national level, but simply at the local level. When we hear about community organizers, as I recall, the term became popular when President Obama was running for president. But as we hear about community organizers, what does it mean to be a community organizer? If a community organizer, and whatever the community is, it doesn't matter to me what the racial makeup or the ethnicity or the income level, et cetera, of a community might be. But if a community organizer is simply involved in seeking to secure governmental programs to provide, quote, support to the community, then I would suggest that community organizing is moving in the wrong direction. While, in fact, every community that is entitled to a government program, the justification for the government program being a separate topic, while every community that is qualified for some kind of government program should apply and receive the assistance as they're entitled to under the law, there is a difference in a community organizer who simply seeks to appeal to government for services rather than looking to empower the community and the individuals of that community to be able to provide those services for themselves to the point that government assistance is no longer needed, which in fact ought to be the objective of any government assistance program, to enable people to get to the point where they no longer need the assistance. So, and there's a lot of topics tied up in all those points, but degree to which we see communities being torn apart because the political powers that be are seeking to address past wrongs, notwithstanding whether or not the past was wrong or not, the past wrongs, by failing to hold to account the individuals who are committing wrongs today. It's a recipe, as we can see, being worked out for disaster. So until we see things in all different spheres coming together in a positive way, both at the individual level and at the corporate, and by corporate I mean civic level, we are going to be only seeing chaos ensue. Uh, there is no need for cops if everybody obeys the law. There is no need for law if everybody just on his or her own lives the way he or she ought to live. And again, all those topics are open for debate, but we seem to be trying to circumvent that debate and simply claim that present wrongdoing is justified by past wrongs experienced against the community of those who are doing the wrong today, and others outside the community are responsible for providing for those who are inside the community. We need to reevaluate how, in fact, we are handling these things. Thank you all very much. Look forward to hearing what you have to say. Bye bye. Thank you very much for your time. I've got a couple other videos listed here if you'd like to take a look at those. And as I'd like to discuss issues related to politics, religion, society, and how in the world we're supposed to understand ourselves and life in the world. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Bye bye.